Today we are getting into our volume section or unit. It's only about a week, so not too bad. But volume is closely related to area, but slightly different. Again, volume is kind of like a three-dimensional thing. So volume is the space inside a 3D object. Okay, space inside a 3D object. Kind of like your Cheerios inside of a cereal box. We're going to talk about two of these guys today. The first one is a prism. This is something that has a rigid corners, kind of like a cereal box. So, and you got the form. I'll give you some examples, but I want to give you the formula. The volume equals big B times H. So you might say, oh, that's the base times the height. Yes, but this big B is the area of the base. Okay. And your base is usually going to be a unique shape. It could be the bottom sometimes, but it might be a unique shape depending on the situation. Base is a unique shape. And this, of course, is your height, but similar to the trapezoids, remember the height is not necessarily always up and down. It might be left, right, depending on how the shape is oriented. So with the trapezoid, the height is the distance between the bases. It's the same thing here. Your height is the distance between the bases. Okay. And I'll give you some examples of prisms. Most classic ones probably some type of cube or a box. If we make a box, let's do a box. Like your Captain Crunch cereal, whatever you eat for breakfast. Ooh. So you've got your box right there. Now, because a box, the top, bottom are the same, left, right are the same, front, back are the same. I like to use the bottom on these guys. So this would be my base. And you'll notice it matches with the top, yeah? That's what makes a prism is whatever shape you got, it's got to match on the other side. So that is a big B. And the distance between your bases is your height. You might also remember the formula length times width times height. That would work for a box or a rectangular prism, what we call this guy here. However, if I was to give you a shape like this, and remember, if I ever go too fast, you can always pause the video, or if you want to get your drawings just so, again, you can always pause the video. So this guy here is a triangular prism. It's kind of like a triangle that grew up. And this is your base. It's a unique shape. This is also your base. Okay, and this is the distance between them. That's your height. I don't know if you've had the Toblerone chocolate. I think that's how you say it. But it comes in a triangular prism box. And last but not least, we have our, just for fun, a trapezoidal prism. And you'll be like, how do you know these names, Mr. Michelson? Well, what you do, you pretty much, you take whatever shape the base is, and you just make it a prism afterwards. So this isn't a triangle prism, it's a triangular prism. A rectangular prism. A trapezoidal prism. If you were to have a pentagon on the bottom of your prism, it would be a pentagonal prism. Here's your base, that's your unique shape. And this is also your unique shape. And the height is the distance between your bases. Okay? It's kind of like a gold bar or something. closely related to this is the cylinder. Okay, keep this in mind. Volume equals big B times H. For all these guys, to find the volume, to find the space in the middle, it's area of the base times the height. You can almost think like the shape growing up if you want. Cylinder is our other guy. And the volume of a cylinder, well, I'll draw a picture of it and you'll see the similarity to this guy. Okay. Well, you might say, oh, well, it's a cylinder. We're going to do area of the base times the height. If you said that, you would be correct. Those are your bases, right? Your bases are circles, though. Do we know the formula of a circle always? Absolutely. Pi r squared. So with a cylinder, your volume equals pi r squared times the height. And this guy, again, it's just the area of a circle. But because that's your base for a cylinder, you can have this always be the formula. So there you go.